Crime time.
With my bestie! I'm Anna Etches, and this is Just Found Attack, and we are Crime Time with my bestie. Hi, bestie! I always forgot then.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who was the hi bestie person, and it was a pause. I was like, is it me? Oh shit, I guess it. Considering what, this is now episode 19.
Oh my god.
No, it's been a while since we've been unsure about our own intro, but yeah, 19 episodes. Congratulations. We are now well, it would have been the last episode that we should have made this joke really, but we are now a legal age to drink in the UK. Woo woo!
Woo! Go us.
I mean, we already are legal age to drink because we're sadly both in our 30s.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Fully formed adults, apparently.
I'm now having to be, not in a bad way, but roller derby now we're getting a lot of new people and they're coming in
they babies?
They're babies and they're like, oh yeah, I was born in the 2000s, and I'm like, oh my god.
No, they should still be in nappies.
Why? How can you be able to drive and drink alcohol and get married and possibly create life when you've been born in the 2000s? Surely you're just a tiny human that.
Surely you're 3 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely that's the only option.
No.
Gross. No, I can't do it.
Hate it.
Can't have that.
I mean, I love them for joining roller derby, and we need some young people because I am tired. I found out on Monday that I have a rhomboid spasm in my shoulder and I need to go and have a sports massage to unspasm it, and apparently it's going to be really painful, and I'm like, I don't want my body to keep breaking. Could you just for 1 second,
1 whole month, stay
1 month
fully formed?
Maybe a year. Give me at least a year.
A year would be good, but I feel like that's asking too much. We are in our 30s.
Yeah, I think this is when we start deteriorating as well. Your brain becomes fully formed at 25, and then you get 5 years of good times, and then it's like, oh, now you're dying.
Your brain goes down. Oh, is this why we can't even say a full sentence?
It's 25, isn't it? Oh, well, because I'm just deteriorating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because we're solidly in our 30s now.
Yep, we've started to die. Our bodies have started to decay. Oxygen is slowly depriving us of stability and function.
That's great. That's really.
It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from here. That's really optimistic. I love your worldview. To counteract that, why don't you tell me your good news for the episode?
I'm not gonna lie.
So we're not so depressed that we want to end it.
Oh, do you know what's really bad? I was literally just sitting here thinking, I don't think I've picked any good news because we are doing our double recording, so I've already given my good news from the last episode.
You have to pick something out. You came into this episode telling us that we're dying from age 30, that our brains are deteriorating, and you can't even counteract it with some sort of good news.
I really can't. Oh, fuck. I spent 2 days being absolutely destroyed by a wonderful roller derby team in Manchester called Radio City, and I did do their boot camp, and it was a lot, but it was really great. I did have a very nice time with the friend that I went with, and we had a little road trip, I suppose. That was nice. There we go. That'll be my good news. I didn't think about that. I ordered room service for the first time. I've never treated myself to room service, and I didn't want to leave the hotel room because I was so broken because we'd skated for 9 hours and I was physically bruised from the inside out. My ankle was so shot that it bruised itself.
For the listeners, it bruised itself Jess didn't get hit in the ankle. It was literally from overuse. It was just I'm dead.
Yep, I do have a ankle injury that I've been dealing with the past couple of months, and so I was very tired, and I was like, I'm gonna order myself room service, and I ordered starters, mains, and dessert because I was yeah, I went all out. It was good. So there we go. That's my good news.
What was the starter, main, and dessert?
The starter was chicken wings with a sriracha sauce. I'm not gonna lie, the starter and the dessert topped the main, which was quite surprising.
If I had to pick between them, I think I'd pick a starter and a dessert over a main. But I like little tiny plates of things. I want to eat lots of little.
I wish I'd gone for I wish I'd gone for 2 starters and a dessert, because I was like, oh, I surely need a big meal because I've just done the skating and I need to fuel my body for tomorrow. So I ordered a steak. Okay. It was not a very good steak. But
it is room service. So
it is room service.
Probably why.
Yeah. So the steak was very overdone. I am a medium rare girly. I like my steak with a little bit of bounce, and this was very well done. It was very, very upsetting. But it had good onion rings and fries with it. When the fries and
Good.
the onion rings are better than the expensive bit, as I like to say. Like, you always you save the expensive bit as like your good buy, and I didn't. And then I had a creme brulee, which was lovely.
Oh, you love a creme brulee.
I bloody love a creme brulee. Yeah. So there you go. I suppose, yeah. Took a while to get there. I'm so sorry, but that's my good news. And I skated a bit more.
That's very good news.
Yeah, it was very good news. Sam was very disappointed because we've been together for what, 16 years this year. Have done lots of hotel trips, and neither of us have ever ordered room service. And he was like, I can't believe you're doing it without me. I was like, well, I want a fancy dinner. I don't want to go outside.
The thing is, I think I've done it once with my family, but I wouldn't say it's all that, because you are probably eating in a bed or in a not sufficient table.
I ate on top of the bed.
Yeah.
It came in a tray, so I ate off the tray on the bed.
Yeah, but it's just, that's always a bit weird. Like, I end up with crumbs in my bed. It's a whole thing.
I sadly did end up putting some of the chicken wing sauce on the bed.
Exactly.
I felt quite bad.
It's never a good idea. You think it's a good idea, and then you're halfway there, you drop a chicken wing, and you're like, well, this is where I'm sleeping tonight.
At least it was only one night, there was only one night left, so yeah. I can't remember, what was it, I do love eating in a bed, I'm not gonna lie, some people find it absolutely disgusting. I absolutely love munching food in a bed. We did it a little while ago. I completely forgot to eat dinner because I think I was cleaning or something, or sorting stuff out. So I messaged Sam. He was on his way home from work. I was like, can you please bring me home a McDonald's because I'm hungry. It's too late for me to cook. Brought me home, had my little cheeseburger in bed, and then got no mess on the bed. And then somehow, in the process of me putting it in the bag, the bag then got it on the bed. And then I genuinely slept. And without sounding really bad, I did not change the sheets immediately the next day. So there was at least a 2-day period where I was
You're just covered
eating.
in ketchup.
My bed was covered in ketchup, and I was like, this is fine. It's covered in cat hair 90% of the time, so, ketchup's not exactly going to do much harm. But there's a little bit of judgment for the day that I did not immediately change my bed sheets.
It depends on how much ketchup.
Not a lot. It was fine. And on the outside. Right. It was on the outside
of
the bed.
That's
not
right.
Close to where you would hold it.
It's more the crumbs in the bed that does my head in, just because I can feel it as I'm laying in the bed.
No, you've got to get that. So what you do is you let all the crumbs drop on your chest, and then you sit up very, very slowly, and then you tilt yourself to the side over the edge of the bed, and then you brush them off onto the floor.
You have been in bed too much to know that's how you do it.
Wherever I eat, wherever I'm not sitting at a table, if I'm eating on the sofa, you just use the assets that God gave us as your catching space, and you then sit up very slowly, and then you tip it all onto the floor. And now my robot Hoover is there to clean it all up.
To pick it up. Do you not get it stuck in your bra then?
Yeah, but you just...
Yeah, but then there's always a crumb in there, and it's a sensory nightmare.
I suppose, yeah. Please
Jess
tell me I don't care.
Care.
If the choice is crumb in bed versus KFC in bed, KFC wins every time.
As long as you're covered in KFC, you're happy.
It doesn't matter.
Good to know.
It's fine. I'm going to get a lot of judgment because I know some people are really against food in bed.
I'm going to tell Casey that this is the episode she needs to listen to.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't.
So she can judge you.
No one's going to understand. Casey is my sister, and there was a very large debate recently about the different things that we do in levels of cleanliness.
Casey's very clean.
She's very clean, good for her and her husband, who like things a certain way. I do wash my bed sheets every week, but she washes her towels every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I don't have a tumble dryer.
Who's got the time?
Who's got the time? But also, I don't have a tumble dryer, so there would
I
be
have
no
a tumble
way
dryer and still wouldn't do it.
For me, there'd be no way it would dry. It takes 7 to 10 business days to dry anything in this flat.
The turnaround time does not work.
No.
Oh my god, please tell me your good news.
So my good news is a lot smaller than last week's good news, or last episode's good news. But in the flat that I bought, they left some wardrobes, and the ones that they had in the spare room, it was closed wardrobes and then an open section that had shelves and stuff in. And I didn't necessarily want those shelves, but I didn't want to throw them away because I thought they're probably good somewhere. And my dad came up with the genius idea that as you come into the flat, there is a cupboard, and I wanted to put my coats in there, but there's no rail or anything. And he was like, we can use those shelves, but there's pipes and stuff in there. How do we get around that? Well, he cut down these shelves so that it fit, And then I'm going to get from IKEA a rail to go in it.
So good.
And so it's going to be like, it's going to have neatly my coats put away. I'm going to have shelves at the bottom for shoes. There's space on top for me to put boxes. I'm going to be so organised.
Was it reduce, reuse, recycle?
Exactly, yeah.
Go your dad repurposing that. And
Yeah.
I would like a photo, because I feel like if this is...
I can actually, I'll send you a photo at the end of this. I don't have the rail in it right now, but I have it where he's cut it down and we've put it in the cupboard. That is where it stands at the moment. I have to go to IKEA, probably with you, to buy a rail. Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying with you. To buy a rail to go in it, but we have shelves already, because it obviously came with them. But yeah, it was very clever of him. Very clever.
To be fair, we've done that with quite a few things. Yeah, I'm very proud of your dad. We've done that with quite a few things. I love being able to repurpose something into something else. Like right now, I have created a... What would you call it? Like a
sound box.
Yeah, like a sound box. I have decided to create a sound box. It's just made from cardboard and some foam, like acoustic foam things I've got off Amazon, because I refuse to pay £45 for the other one.
Which is fair. And it's not like we're in a shortage of cardboard right now, because there is a bajillion boxes, because everyone and their mother has moved in the last year.
To be fair, we've probably got enough cardboard from once you finished unpacking that we could make like an entire sound room.
Oh, so, yeah. Maybe we should. To upgrade this podcast.
Yeah. Never have to worry about echoing ever again.
So, would you like to know the good news in the world?
I thought you were about to say, would you like to know my teasers? And I was like, no, I want the good news of the world. Yes, I would love the good news
Which
of the
would
world.
you like first? No,
good news of the world.
The good news of the world is pandas are no longer considered endangered.
Have they actually started fucking then?
Yeah. So there's still more... It didn't say that in the article. But yes. They're still marked as vulnerable, with only 1,864 of them left in the wild, but they're no longer endangered. So that is a major step in the right direction for pandas.
Nice. That is good news, but I was under the impression that the reason they're endangered... I know there's some other things, like habitat and things that are obviously very...
Us.
It is us,
yeah. But the secondary thing is that they don't fuck.
Yeah. They're just too lazy. And they also don't consume... The thing that they choose to make as their main source of food doesn't give them enough calories to actually have the energy to actually do the sex. So...
They're just too tired.
They're just too tired. Like, if you spent all day chomping on some bamboo, you'd be like, oh, do I really have the energy to do
Exactly. And that bamboo is good.
And I've seen there's like a bunch of videos of like panda parents being like completely shocked at their child or giving zero fucks. Like there was one like video of the zookeepers having to like save the baby panda from their parent panda just like smushing it. So, you know, they have checked out of the parenting responsibilities.
Yeah, they're not great at it. But
too interested in the bamboo. But very good. I'm glad that they're no longer.
Have you seen the videos of pandas rolling and falling off of things?
Yes, of course.
That's perfect. That's the best video that ever exists on the internet.
I'd put it in the same category as raccoons eating, because with their tiny little claw hands, raccoons they're like eating. Yeah, and nothing will ever top the raccoon trying, because they wash all their food normally sometimes, trying to wash the candy floss, and the absolute devastation of the candy floss just melting into the water. And
that is very sad.
So yeah, pandas rolling, in my mind, is the same level as raccoons eating with their tiny little claw hands. Creepy, cute.
Yeah, both. Both is good.
Both is good.
But yeah, so that good news fact is specifically for my sister, because pandas are her favourite animal. So I thought that was very good. They're like one of my top 3 favourite animals too. So I like sloths, I like pandas, and I like elephants.
I'm surprised sloths aren't more endangered. Or maybe they are. I just don't know about it. Because they don't move very fast either.
No, but there's lots of variants of them.
Oh, okay.
Variants? Species?
Yeah.
Types? Iterations? Same thing in a different font?
Can you just imagine? There's the bold sloth, there's the italic sloth, there's the underlined sloth. I suppose mine is alpacas, obviously. Cats, and I don't know if I have a third.
That brain is not working of yours. Sharks.
Sharks.
Okay.
Sharks. But like, For different reasons. No.
Because
Because
it's
of roller
the
derby.
mascot for
It's the
roller
mascot
derby.
for my roller derby team.
There's lots of iterations of them too.
There is many iterations and font versions of sharks.
We love it.
The Comic Sans of Sharks. That's that thing with the weird looking head.
The hammer shark, do you mean?
There's another one with a weird looking head.
They all have a bit weird looking head. They live in the sea.
Is a narwhal a shark, or is it a dolphin, or is it a seal? What's a narwhal? I'm gonna Google it. And then we need to actually get to your case. This is the final tangent, or not the final. This is the last tangent of this specific section. What is a narwhal?
20 minutes.
Oh, it's a whale.
Cut out when you're trying to work out what your good news was.
The narwhal is a whale. Dang.
Okay.
I like whales. Whales, sharks, dolphins. We can put them all in the same category. I like a dolphin for the fact that it likes to fuck with people and is one of some of the animals in the world that has sex for pleasure. Go dolphins.
Oh yeah, go dolphins. Also, I mean, we were 90s kids who didn't have a dolphin obsession.
See, I didn't have the dolphin obsession. My sister had the dolphin obsession.
I had the dolphin obsession.
Yeah, so I feel like I just got all of the dolphin from her, and that was enough dolphin energy for my life.
You were like, I'm done.
I'm done. I've retroactively taken the dolphin energy through you, and you have committed to the dolphin vibe. She was the dolphin. What was that weird? It was like a themed asset. It's not like Hello Kitty, but was it Groovy Chick?
Oh yeah, Groovy Chick.
Yeah, she had the Groovy Chick stuff. There was that. That was a big obsession at one point.
I was Groovy Chick as well.
Yeah. So we had, dolphins, Groovy Chick, horses.
No, I wasn't a horse girl.
You didn't have a horse thing? Okay. No. Was there anything else? Like 90s specific obsession things?
Blow up furniture. When they had the blow up chairs. I didn't have that either.
I think we both had one. I had a blue one, she had a purple one. Mine was just video games, to be honest. If you could give me anything in video game or book form, and I was happy. I love the news. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear about pandas.
Yeah, go pandas. Would you like to hear my teasers again? And we'll remind the listeners, because I know you only heard it 20 minutes ago.
I did only hear it 20 minutes ago, but I'm wondering whether I can remember them, and I don't. Apart from A Deal with the Devil, I can't remember the other two, so please do remind me.
Okay, my teasers for this episode are Trials, A Deal with the Devil, and A Belt or Girdle.
See, I feel like Trials could go one of two ways. It could be you just being really, considering that you got mad at me about DNA. So it could either be multiple trials or within the case, so it has multiple trials, or it could be this person has been given trials to prove their worth to the devil, and that's the only way they can complete the, I don't know, sacrificial Wiccan, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Your theories you've lost on your theory. You had a theory for a bit.
Yeah, so it's trials of multiple trials of the case, so goes to court multiple times, or there is trial, and I know it sounds so stupid, but my brain is only thinking of ACOTAR, and you haven't read it, so I can't even use it. But tests that someone has to do to prove their worth, that kind of trials.
Spoiler for ACOTAR.
Well, it doesn't explain the whole thing. You don't know why they're doing trials or who is doing the trials. If you read it, you would then know. You could
at some point.
Your TBR pile was ridiculous, and
it is ridiculous.
You need to start taking some off the list.
No, no. I might have 300 years spare at some point in which to only read.
Are you making a deal with the devil to live for the next 300 years just so you can finish your TBR?
Maybe. Maybe. That sounds great.
We were saying that we were going to make, a sacrifice or a deal with somebody to make it so that we could just have a good week.
Yeah.
But no, we don't need a good week anymore. We just need to live long enough so that Anna can finish all the books that she bought.
And the ones that I keep putting on my TBR because I keep looking at Book Talk.
Well, there's too many. I literally spend 35 minutes a day just debating about what book I'm going to order, reserve next at the library. I went with Thrones
I've got some suggestions.
I'm open to this. Yeah, I'm open to the suggestions, but that will be after. Please continue with your case or start it.
My sources are 2 different Wikipedia articles, an Inside History article, Oxford Open Learning, a ResearchGate paper, and Stuff You Missed in History Class video. And there's a few more, but I have not specifically mentioned them, but they're going to be in the show notes, just because there was quite a few odd little bits that I got here and there.
Stuff you missed in history, which feels like it would have been more. It's probably got stuff that's more interesting than my actual history lesson.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%, yeah.
100%.
History, nothing wrong with history, but
it's dull.
Yeah, it's dull for what they teach you in school. That's for sure.
Yeah, they could have taught us like so many more interesting things that actually still connect to what they're trying to teach us.
Yes.
Like different aspects of it.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to put out a, what's it called?
Preface?
Preface, yeah. I would like to put out a preface before I say these. Whatever. Before I say these trigger warnings, because they're bad, really bad. However, and I know you're going to look at me in a certain way. This case is from the 1500s.
Okay. I don't think that's any
bad.
better.
Pardon?
I don't think that's any better, but okay.
They're bad, but there's like a detachment because it's so old.
Cool. How? No, don't tell me. Just
don't make that face at me.
No, okay.
Trigger warnings: murder, cannibalism, sexual assault, incest, bodily harm. I'm not laughing at that, I'm laughing at Jess's face. Torture and decapitation.
That's not a trigger warning. It feels like you're just ticking off every trigger warning you've ever given in the entire history of the podcast.
I mean, maybe I went through, just made them into one big list.
Yeah, you're like, right, I haven't had cannibalism. Yeah, haven't had cannibalism in a while, best find a case that includes that. Haven't had torture for a while, best include a case that has that as well. And it's just like, bundle it all together in some, like, non-joyous, very questionable episode.
But you can't wait.
So excited. I mean, I am excited mostly because I want to know what the deal with the devil is. If that is anticlimactic, I'm just gonna leave the call.
Just stop it halfway through.
Yep, you're like, sorry, the episode ended here. I'll just keep reading my notes and there'll be no Jess because apparently the deal with the devil was not as exciting as she hoped.
Well, I am not going to tell you what the case is to begin with. I'm going to give you some history on something first, and then we will get into the case specifically. So, you're aware of the American witch trials in 1692, right?
The Salem witch trials.
Yeah, but there were witch trials across all of America, but the most famous ones are the Salem witch trials.
Oh, right. I know to the degree that... See, this is the history that, like you said, that they didn't teach us in school that would have been really interesting to find out. My probably basis of it is hocus pocus. So...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know loads and loads about it, but you know they exist.
Yes.
Okay. Well, before that, Europe had a lesser known version of it. The werewolf trials, which happened during the Middle Ages. Oh, I need to screenshot Jess's face right now.
The werewolf trials. What?
Yeah, the werewolf trials.
This is what I mean. This is the shit I wanted to know in school, and they didn't teach us.
And there is real connections as to... I don't go into it too much, it's just a little bit at the end, but there's connections with religion in this. You could also talk about mass hysteria at some points. There's lots of little bits that would make this history lesson so good if it was taught in schools.
See, we shouldn't. I could not be a teacher.
No, I couldn't.
But
at all.
I'm super up for going into a school and being like, let's talk about werewolves.
But yeah, so along with the witch trials, there were werewolf trials. They tended to happen I actually don't have this as notes, but they tended to happen in Europe, and whereas the witch trials were all over, but they were very specific parts of Europe as well. So there wasn't as many werewolf trials in England because wolves weren't that prevalent around. But in some countries, there were a lot of wolves and they would have these werewolf trials. The word werewolf comes from Old English, where were stands for man, so the translation is man-wolf. And then I have a quote that says, "The werewolf is a monster often used as a symbol for bestial aspects of human nature. The werewolf portrays an overabundance of hunger, both gluttonous and sexual, and an overabundance of rage and fear manifests as violence." So, just as a side note, listeners, I have not read these notes through. I did them so late because obviously moving and whatnot, and it's really busy at work. This might be a clusterfuck, but...
We love a bit of clusterfuck. It's going to make the bloopers really, really good.
The werewolf trials began in an area that is now Switzerland in the 15th century. It then spread in the 16th century to the rest of Europe, peaking in the 17th century before eventually subsiding in the 18th century. So it's running around the same time as the witchcraft trials.
I feel like there's like, I suppose, I don't know, maybe it's like the supernatural energy was just like it really peaked.
Yeah, it really peaked in the Middle Ages.
We're too invested in the current ages with AI and technology.
Yeah.
We don't need extra supernatural shit to be giving us something to like be scared about.
No, bring the witches back.
Yeah, I'd much rather have witches and werewolves than the shit that's going on right now outside.
Yeah. Ugh. Across Europe, there was a number of documented attacks by large beasts and a number of accounts of individuals being werewolves. The accused were sometimes murderers and cannibals who used this as a way to blame their actions, but sometimes they were completely innocent people. Oh, yeah. So sometimes they used it as like, oh, I couldn't help it. I was a werewolf.
I couldn't help knobbing on this person's leg because I've been possessed by a werewolf, or I am a werewolf. Like, what an excuse! Like, I feel like if you said that now, you would just get immediately like
shut
questioned. Up. Yeah, they're like, shut up, or like you need psychiatric help or something. Whereas before it'd be like, oh, it's the wares.
It's the devil.
It's the devil. But yeah, I feel like we've lost out on the ability to blame crimes on unsuspecting supernatural beings.
I mean, you can, but you're probably going to be put in some kind of institute.
Yeah, as well as the devil took a lot of heat back in the day. You know,
he really did.
It was like taking the brunt for everybody else just being bad, and the devil's like, whoa! What
did I do?
I did nothing. I gave you loads of options to just like live your best life down here in the underworld, and you were like, no, I'm gonna commit all these crimes in the name of the devil. The devil's like, I don't ask you to do this to me.
This was not me. That's one. I wouldn't have done it like that. So sometimes these were murderers and cannibals, but sometimes they were completely innocent people. However, generally, an accusation of being a werewolf would result in your execution. There were many cases over the years, and what these cases had in common were they would often contain a connection in some way to wolves mostly, but also sometimes to bears. This would often be transforming into them or a man-wolf combination, but it could also be accusations of wolf riding or wolf charming, especially in the early period of this. They would often contain murder or cannibalism. Often, but not always, there would be some connection to the devil, either a deal made with the devil or they were connected to hell. They were commonly combined with witchcraft and thus became a witch-werewolf trial. They would often be sentenced to death. And these cases were in areas of large wolf populations. And cases attributed to werewolves were often of men. And if they believed a woman to have magic, she was normally labelled a witch.
Did you know, just sorry for like the really random interjection, this could be complete garbage because obviously it's come up on like a For You page or something, but supposedly the reason a lot of us, we don't have pockets in our clothing anymore is because years ago witches would hide things in their pockets, so they stopped giving women's clothing pockets so that they couldn't hide things if she kept things, like they thought that she'd like keep spells and like potions and stuff in her pockets. Again, could be absolute garbage, but I feel like I prefer that as like, yeah, we're so cool, we can't have pockets because you might think I'm a witch, than like, consumerism wanted you to buy handbags, so we got rid of your pocket.
Probably I prefer
the witch one.
I prefer the witch one.
Because, you know, I'm just keeping all my spells and potions in there to, like, smite you. Not, oh shit, I need a handbag.
Oh, can you imagine if we could smite people?
Oh, it'd be so good.
It'd be so good.
Saves so much time.
So, the episode that I'm covering was one of the most famous cases of the werewolf trials. The case of Peter Stumpp, the Werewolf of Bedburg.
Never heard of it.
Well, I shall tell you.
Tell me.
Well, you didn't know about werewolf trials, so...
I didn't know about werewolf trials. I was fully invested in the witch trials, apparently. It's again, the things they should have taught us in history.
They should
So much more interesting. Even though the Egyptians were pretty good, but for different reasons.
Yeah, that was a good part of history class, but yeah, we could have done better.
They didn't tell us the stuff that the Mummy told us, though.
No, true.
And it didn't have Brendan Fraser in it, so...
Again, would have made history lessons a lot better.
Rachel Weisz.
Yes.
Rachel Weisz.
Peter Stumpp was a wealthy German farmer from a town of Bedburg, just outside of Cologne. His official birth year is unknown due to how long ago this case was, but in one... Oh, it's meant to be source.
What is it? How's it spelled? Course. In one course.
In one source, it said that they thought it was to be around 1530, but another said it was 1564. So, I mean, he was born at some point. He was married for a time and they had 2 children, a girl and a boy, but his wife passed away sometime in the 1580s. There was some speculation about whether Stumpp was his real name or whether it was a nickname given to him because his left hand had been cut off. And remember that?
For doing something bad?
No, it was because he said it was because of a farming accident.
Okay.
But legend has a different story.
Oh.
Which I didn't include, but when we get a bit more into it, I'll tell you.
Oh, I want the legend thing. I want him like sacrificing his hand as like a... It's like...
Oh no.
His hand is Thing from the Addams Family, and it's now possessed and has its own purpose in life.
No, sorry.
Dang.
It's to do with werewolves. What do you think happened?
Fine.
What do you think happened to his...
The werewolf ate it. The werewolf ate it.
Peter Stumpp is... We'll see. I'll show you.
He's a werewolf. So if he had a fight with another werewolf... Oh, it's a bear trap. Like a bear trap.
No. None of the above.
We've done this before.
None of the above. Peter was well known and well liked. In a pamphlet detailing the case, it said he would go through the streets of Cologne, Bedburg, and Epirath, Epprath, in comely habit and very civilly, as well known to all the inhabitants thereabout, and oftentimes he would salute of those whose friends and children he had butchered, though nothing suspected for the same. It's old German translated into English.
Okay,
basically, he would walk through the town in it's called a comely habit, but I think it's basically in like a disguise, waving. This gives it away compared to your theories. Waving at the children and friends of people he'd butchered. So the people he'd killed,
right?
He's waving at their friends and family, like, oh, okay. Hi.
With his nothing hand?
Well, he has one hand.
I was going to say, if he waves at them with his stump, then...
No, with his good hand. He's waving at them. Why would you wave with your stump?
I don't know. He's
well known and well liked, apparently.
Okay. But apparently waving at all the people he's murdered, but sure.
Yeah, but they don't know he murdered.
True.
He's a... wolf in sheep's clothing.
Ah, I see. Yes, very good.
That was off the fly as well.
I know. Love it.
In 1560, the attacks began. It started with cattle. Cows would turn up dead with their stomachs ripped open. However, it was about to get worse, and this quickly escalated to women and children, all happening in the same manner with their stomachs ripped out. The villagers suspected wolves were behind the attacks and became afraid to leave their houses. If a child went missing, the parents would automatically assume that a wolf had got them. And basically they didn't look for them. They just were like, well, that's that.
I mean, there could very well be people that are like, let's take advantage of this situation, which obviously I'm assuming that's what Stumpp was doing. But it's back to, what was it, Pedro Lopez, who was like, oh, they've probably been trafficked, so we can't do anything about it. It's like, I feel like you should probably, like, maybe try and look for them. Maybe look. Obviously, if you then find out, sadly, that they have been taken by wolves, big sad. But don't just kind of go, guess they're gone.
Moving on. This tirade went on for about 25 years, within which glimpses of the wolf revealed that it was missing a paw that would have been on his left hand, just like Peter.
Oh my god.
Oh,
coincidence? I think not.
This is enough to arouse suspicion that he was the wolf in question. So, the bit that I was talking about earlier that I don't have written down in notes, but there is in some of the sources, is that basically he was attacking a girl and she said like, oh, God save me or something. And I think loads of cats came in and some farmers came in. I can't really remember, but the farmers attacked him and chopped off his hand.
Oh, I see.
As he's a wolf, and that's why he's missing a hand. And then they went to go take it to, I think, show the other villagers, take the hand. And by the time they showed the other villagers, the hand had turned back into a human hand. And that's the theory of why he's missing a hand, but he says it was because of farming accident.
I mean, if I was a villager, I'd be pretty damn convinced if the
Yeah.
wolf had, like, you can't really fake that unless it was just like a myth or legend or whatever.
Well,
But if
that's
someone
the
was
thing.
like, "Oh, we just cut this off a wolf," and then 2 seconds later it's turned into a human hand, and you're like, "Oh, shit's getting real."
You'd have thought, but it is the like Middle Ages, so who knows? Who knows what's going on here?
Yeah, it could just be like everybody's like riding up everybody else, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, obviously turned back into a human hand," and it wasn't.
Well,
And they were
mass
just doing
hysteria.
it because, yeah, mass hysteria.
If I got the specifics of that story wrong, it's because I didn't write that down in my notes. I was just trying to remember it. So who knows how right I got it.
No worries, I'm sure it's fine.
One day in 1589, the wolf came and attacked a group of children. However, as the wolf picked up one girl, its teeth were unable to pierce the girl's coat. This caused chaos, and the wolf was spooked and eventually dropped the girl. Hunters charged after this wolf. They chased it into the woods and thought they'd cornered it, but instead of a wolf being there, Peter was. So either he was the wolf, or it was some really bad luck to turn up at that exact time.
Yeah, I also would love to know what this girl's coat was made out of.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe you just need to make some body armor out of that.
There's just every villager is walking around in body armor from then on.
But yeah, that is that. I feel like you said, when it comes to supernatural stuff, there is stuff that just feels very coincidental.
Yeah, you're
So
like
Peter's shit out of luck, and the fact that he just happened to be there at the exact moment.
yeah.
Or he is a werewolf, and we just have to believe that he can change into a werewolf. Like, why not? It makes complete sense.
Why not? Peter was promptly arrested, and if you think this series of attacks that had been going on for so...
I believe that you can do this. The faces that you're making at your own research, you're just like, what the fuck is that? Like, you're generally like, what? Was I high? Like, what the fuck have I written?
It's because sometimes I'll write half a sentence and then go back to it later on and put the other half of the sentence on.
I know.
And so
it's just your face
up.
every time you get to a line. You're like, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck am I trying to say? So Peter was promptly arrested. And now, if you think this was a series of attacks that had been so severe that people were afraid to go outside, and it had gone on for so long, so they were not about to be gentle with their punishment, and Peter's guilt was assured after his confession. Ooh,
he confessed?
Confession? Well, I shall tell you.
Is it a coercion? Is this like 1500s coercion?
Pretty much.
Okay.
He was tortured on something that was called the rack, which is essentially a rectangular wooden frame with rollers at either end, and the victim will be chained by their wrists and their ankles onto it, and the rollers will be twisted so their body gets stretched, increasing the strain on all their joints.
I have heard about this as a method of torture. It does sound horrible.
Like, yeah, it does. It sounds grim. Because you just kind of like stretch and then pop apart.
That'd be good for people that've got bad backs.
for like a second, you'll be like, oh!
It's like the thing in The Incredibles where the robot's pulling Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then he goes, because he cracks his back.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this is what Stump's going for. I feel like he's having a bad time.
He is having a bad time.
And sorry to like keep interrupting, but if anyone hasn't noticed, everything in my life I refer back to in some form of media, whether that is a TikTok, a meme, a film, or a book, because that's all I have going for me.
I was going to say, Jess doesn't go outside very often.
I don't. I really don't. I realised the other day that I hadn't been outside for 4 days, so I opened all the windows to give some fresh air.
You didn't go outside, you just opened the windows.
I just opened the window. I was like, oh shit, I haven't been outside for 4 days, I should probably get some fresh air. Inside
Working
is nice,
from home is really good for you.
It's so great for me. My standing desk and my walking pad just make life make it even harder for me to go outside. I'm not gonna lie.
There are some accounts that he confessed before the actual torture, and just the fear of the torture was enough to make him confess. So he either was so like, please don't do this to me, I will tell you everything, or he went through the torture and confessed. Either way, probably coercion.
Yeah, it's like 1500s coercion. You didn't get sat in like 10 or however many interrogation rooms, but if a police turned around to me and said, oh, we're going to stick you on this thing, it's going to stretch you until
be like, I did it.
I did it, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm definitely a werewolf.
I
can't transform for you right now, but...
I can't show you, but just believe me, I'm a werewolf.
But then if they get put to death anyways, that's what you said, if they got found out to be a werewolf, he's going to get put to death anyway, so... Yeah.
And it's not the nicest of ways. He confessed to the crimes, saying that he was a sorcerer of black magic from the age of 12, and that led him to making a deal with the devil.
Ah, look at him go.
This deal included a magic belt, or a girdle, that transformed him into, and then this is a quote, the likeness of a greedy, devouring wolf, strong and mighty, with eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like fire, a mouth great and wide, with the most sharp and cruel teeth, a huge body and mighty paws.
I don't know why I'm finding it so funny, but the sparkly eyes just makes me feel like it's like a there's
It's
someone
the
out
Cullens.
there.
It's the
It's
Cullens.
the Cullens. Yeah, there's someone out there that is hearing that description and they are fully about to fall in love with that wolf and it's about to become book talk smart. It's about
Oh my god, should we write some book talk smart?
not on Peter Stumpp, the werewolf that
Hey, all folklore comes from somewhere.
fair. And to be fair, there's probably already a book out there.
Oh, 100%. There is
Probably a lot of books with
so
werewolf
much
lovers.
werewolf like smart, so much.
Yeah.
So basically, he could turn into the wolf by putting on this belt, and then removing the belt would turn him back into a human. He said he threw the belt in a valley when he was caught, but they never found it. So later, he changed his story and he said he sent it back to the devil.
Convenient.
Like, just bye, you can take that back. I don't need it anymore.
I'm about to be found out so that I can't prove that I'm a werewolf.
So take it back. One thing that I don't have in any of my notes, and I didn't find it in any of my research, is why specifically he made a deal with the devil. There is kind of no real reason. There was something about like he wanted a way to get away with all this evilness.
I was going to say, like, if not that this would be my choice, and obviously, like, would you want to be a werewolf? Like, if you didn't necessarily have to kill people, like, he might have wanted to be a werewolf so he could get away with it, like you said. But if you could make a deal with the devil, and the devil's only going to give you certain things, I feel like he's not going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
I give you 3 wishes like a genie. the devil, in theory, if the folklore and history is to be believed, in theory, it's meant to be bad things.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. I feel like the devil could be a pretty decent guy.
He's quite amenable.
I feel like if the devil was like, oh, I can turn you into a werewolf, be like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. Like,
Well, so
sounds kind of fun.
There are in some of the trials, I think it was in the Stuff You Miss in History class video, they do say that, I can't remember where it was, but there was like they weren't sure if this was true or not, or if it was just like kind of like a legend, but there was a group of women that would turn into werewolves and would just run around being a werewolf. They didn't kill anyone. They just were running around having a lovely time.
That's what I mean. So it's like, oh, the devil can turn you into a werewolf, or he can make you, I'm trying to think of something that's like
grow horns.
Grow horns. You could be a minotaur. Like, that's a kind of like mythical being.
Yeah.
Be a unicorn. Like,
you can grow wings.
You can fly. You could be a dragon. If the devil turned around to me right now, yep, dragon. That 1,000%. If written down on a piece of paper, do you want the ability to turn into a dragon? Yes, thank you very much. Where do I sign?
Especially if you can just put on a belt, turn into a dragon, and then take the belt off and you're done.
Yep.
Great. You don't have to be a dragon all the time. Lovely.
Exactly. So yeah, if Peter Stumpp maybe if that was legit, like, fair play.
Yeah, I would sign that. I'd sign on that dotted line.
Yeah, don't kill people, but I don't blame you if the deal that you made was like, oh, cool, you can be this mythical creature that gets to run around and, like, you know, do all these fun things as a werewolf. Not the killing.
Just experience being a werewolf.
Yeah.
During his time as a wolf, he supposedly killed and ate at least 14 children and 2 pregnant women whose fetuses he took from their wombs and ate their hearts.
Okay, I feel bad. Everything that we just said, like, you could have given me some context before I started saying about how I completely agree with him becoming a werewolf.
No,
before you tell me that he killed some.
You took out. You said be a werewolf if you're not going to kill people.
Yes,
he did
with
bad.
Context.
He did bad.
With context, it's still pretty shitty.
He did bad though.
He did do bad. He did.
But if you can be a werewolf and not do bad, crack on. I still agree with it. He also. It's not getting any better in the rest of it, sorry.
For fuck's sake. Should just learn to shut up. This is what I mean. We're out on the internet talking absolute nonsense. And someone somewhere is going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe they said that. Well, no, you might want to be a werewolf too.
We put it in very specific context. Don't do murder.
Don't kill people.
We have said it many times on this podcast. Do not kill people. Be a werewolf if you want to be a werewolf. Just don't kill people.
Nope. Just prance around. Howl at the moon. Have a great time.
Exactly.
Don't eat people.
Don't eat people. He also admitted to a number of sexual assaults that occurred during that time, and many more murders have been thought to be committed by him, including of men and livestock. So yeah, sorry, it didn't get any better and it's still about to get worse.
No, I feel like as well from what we've learned about him with the rack and things, I feel like maybe the police were just like, let's just bundle all of this stuff together and we can solve loads of crimes with like this one person.
Yeah.
If we just say that he did all of these things.
He admitted to the 14 children and 2 pregnant women. The rest is just kind of like, oh, we think he did this. One of the children he killed was his own son, who he lured into the woods and put on the belt, killed him before eating his brains. Just his face.
Really, context would have been really, really good here.
But again...
No, I know, but still, there's a moment where we're now getting all the details and it's like, fuck, I fucked up.
You didn't fuck up. You were very specific. When this originally happened, the village thought that Peter could not have been behind these murders because his own son was the victim, especially as this was not long after the death of his wife. But he confessed to it, along with everything else he confessed to.
Well, like I said, he was technically being tortured, so I don't trust him being in the woods right after this thing happened. Either very bad coincidence or it was him. But again, they said it was a wolf and not a man. But like, I feel like there's just they've found an opportunity. Oh, there's more. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just not gonna stop talking.
That confession could have been tortured out of him, and he's actually lying about that. However, the next sentence is something that he did that is terrible. So, at the very best, he is a terrible person.
At the very worst, he's an even more terrible person. Actually, yeah. I'm going to just stop talking.
No, don't. Keep going, because otherwise this is not a very interesting podcast without people jumping in.
It's just me digging a hole with the biggest spade ever, but yeah.
Peter also admitted that his son was the result of an incestuous relationship with his daughter. And then
I thought you said there wasn't any incest.
No, I put it in the trigger warnings.
Did you?
I said there wasn't any incest in any of the other cases that I'd done.
Oh, I see. Fuck.
I did put after that. It just keeps getting worse.
So, if at best he's had an incestuous relationship with his daughter and birthed his son.
Yes.
At worst, he's done that and also killed all of these people.
Yes.
Fuck me. You love a case that just like really both tests my abilities to make humorous comments around it, including embarrassing myself, but also makes you question humanity. Like,
but it's got werewolves.
So it's only somehow makes it slightly better. Oh, Peter Stumpp was an absolute garbage human being. But there's a possibility but werewolves. But werewolves, yeah.
I don't know what more you want from a case. Because his crimes were so extreme, his punishment was equally so. He was executed on October 31st, 1589. And then I've toned this down a little bit, but it's still not great. So first his body was put on a wheel, and then they used, I think they called them pincers. This is where my notes are a bit, higgledy. But basically, they pulled the flesh from his bones, and then they broke his arms and his legs. And then he was decapitated, and his body was burnt. His head was placed... Solid. It's a solid, and they went into it with a bit more detail I've glossed over. Because so much terrible has happened already. His head was placed on a pole next to the execution wheel under a wolf symbol to deter any similar behaviour in the future. His daughter, and in some articles they said his daughter and another woman who was his mistress, was also sentenced to die with him as an accessory to these murders.
Well, they didn't know anything.
Well, so in some articles it said that his mistress was also a werewolf. And
they're just finding excuses now.
Yeah, they said that, well, this is the bit that really is finding excuses. They said that they had to kill his daughter because she was part of the werewolf bloodline.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's really finding excuses.
Yeah.
She was flayed, strangled, and then burnt beside him.
Do you know, it's like, my brain is like, oh my god, that's like such a... Oh, like as a crime. Oh my god. I don't know, there's like a part of me that, like you said, it's a very big disconnect, it's so long ago. And there's another part of me that's like, well, that is quite a valid punishment sometimes, you really think. But there's also another part of you that's like, like, that's the only way I know how to describe it, is that noise.
Yeah.
Oh, like, kind of makes you, like, cringe a little bit.
I mean, it's not a very pleasant punishment, and also, if he didn't do it,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
terrible.
he admitted to the other thing, which it feels like he definitely did.
Yeah, he was definitely at least partly garbage, like in quite a big way.
The scale of 1 to
Murderer
murderer?
is what it was,
No,
I think.
1 to murderer. Then there was like dickhead and stuff in between.
Douche canoe.
Douche canoe. I think he's
Cockwomble.
he's a lot of things.
Werewolf. So 0. What was the first one?
Dickhead.
0, dickhead, douche
Douche
canoe,
canoe,
cockwomble, murderer, werewolf. It's giving werewolves a bad name.
I was gonna say, giving werewolves a bad name. We've already said you don't have to eat people or kill people being a werewolf. This guy may have very well not been a werewolf, but he was an abusive father and had an incestuous relationship with his daughter. So that for that he can fuck off.
Murderer, incest. Okay, updated scale.
Oh, it's not a good scale.
Pieces of wood were hung around the execution wheel as a memorial for the 16 people who were perfectly known to be murdered by him. Now, there is a possibility that Peter was actually just a scapegoat and used as an example.
No way.
So the whole case happened during the Cologne War, a conflict between the Protestants and the Catholics. Peter was known to be a Catholic who had converted to Protestantism. I don't know. That's really hard.
Is that the technical term? Protestantism.
That's what I copied and pasted.
Okay.
And it is theorised that people from the Catholic faction may have used him as a way to deter any thoughts of rebellion. So that basically he wasn't a werewolf at all, and he was actually innocent in inverted commas, and they used him as a way to be like, don't be a rebel because you might be called a werewolf and then we'll do all of this stuff to you.
Yeah, okay.
There is some more things about this if you listen to or read some of the articles and listen to some of the videos about it. It goes into it a little bit more, but that was just kind of a brief overview of like what could happen in religion. That's quite a lot of these trials were based around religion. Like there was an undercurrent of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
And also it's medieval times, so.
Yeah. If you've got a clear scapegoat without being able to cover all these crimes with a werewolf, then
why not?
Why not? Why not blame innocent people for shit they didn't do? You can like my voice is getting so despondent because I'm like fuck everyone and everything, even in the Middle Ages apparently.
Well, yeah, the Middle Ages weren't known to be.
Yeah, you're either gonna die from like diphtheria or, scurvy. No, that's on a boat, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're gonna get diphtheria.
Vegetables.
The Black Plague, don't know when that was. That was shit. But if you survive all those and then get accused of being a werewolf, then what are you gonna do?
Or if you're a woman, a witch. Or sometimes both.
I mean, if you are such a badass as a woman that you get somehow blamed for being a werewolf and a witch, what the fuck have you been doing? Like,
probably just speaking out.
Yeah, probably just like, being an independent person and speaking your mind. It's a very fair point.
As this case is so old, where have we gotten all the information about it? Many believe it was just folklore, but originally there was a source, a 16-page pamphlet published in 1590 in London. However, none of the German copies survived. But an English pamphlet was discovered by a man called Montague Summers in 1920, and there are 2 copies of it still around, one in the British Museum and one in the Lambert Library, both of which are in London. The pamphlet covers Peter Stump's life, his crimes, the trials, and a number of statements from witnesses and neighbours. So there are technically witness statements.
But like you said, was it like mass hysteria or stuff like that? So
yeah, it could have been that as well. So the question at the end of all of this is, was Peter Stumpp innocent and a scapegoat? Was he a serial killer? And then I've put in brackets, some historians believe that werewolf legends originated in an attempt to explain serial killers, or was he really a werewolf? From his actions of sexual assault and incest, he certainly wasn't a good guy, So I'm personally leaning towards the serial killer explanation, and the werewolf aspect just made his crime sound more horrific.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I feel like there could have very well been a wolf going around killing, because
Yeah.
they say about like livestock and cows and stuff, and then maybe in a twisted sort of way, they're like, oh, well, I've got an opening here to get away with something because I can just say like it was a wolf that did it.
Yeah, you're just doing like copycat killings to
Yeah.
make it look like a wolf attack.
Yeah, I like you said, we don't believe he's a good person. Sexual assault and incest puts you forever on the I'm a very bad person list. And yeah, he very well could have been a serial killer and just also got tied into a werewolf situation. So
Yeah. So you're leaning towards serial killer too?
There is a little part of me that feels like scapegoat, I won't lie, but because of the other stuff that he has admitted to, and him being like found in the woods, and
Yeah.
I'm on the fence.
It could be a
I could see a
mixture.
case for both sides. Yeah, I could see a case for both sides. I could see him being responsible for some things, but maybe not all. And
Yeah.
then use it, and then I feel like it's more that like he's been given or been told that he's responsible for everything, and maybe that's where I'm.
Yeah.
It feels like too much, but he very well could be responsible for some, but not all. And they're like, cool, this is our opportunity to cover all of these cases.
Yeah.
Because he's committed some of them, but not all. So that's probably where I'm at. So yeah, still a bit of a killer, and well, a bit of a killer.
Just a tiny.
Just a tiny bit. Like, we're not quite like on the path of serial killer, but maybe kills a couple people.
Oh no, I definitely think he has got a lot of flavour of serial killer in him. But yes, a bit of scapegoat as well. I think it's made to sound worse. I mean, it's bad, but it's made to sound even worse than it actually is, even though it's horrific. But yes, so that was the case of Peter Stumpp, the Werewolf of Bedburg, and a brief description of the werewolf trials.
Nice. I like it. I feel like I want to know more now about the werewolf stuff because, like you said, we're often told about the Salem, or not the Salem, but like the witch trials. But I've never come across the werewolf one.
No, me either. I literally Googled, I was like, I know, like you do, like murders with a weird twist, but I was like, I know there are some murders that are attributed to mythical beings and they've actually turned out to be a person, or the person said they're this mythical being, and that's what I Googled. And I was like, and then this came up, and I was like, I want to know so much more about the werewolf trials.
What a specific search! I feel like we're going to go down a little bit of we might go down like a little bit of a rabbit hole in the future of like supernatural. Like we've like ignited a flame in the back of our brains. We're like supernatural murders.
I've put quite a few on my list.
I think I've only got 2 on my list right now, so I feel like I could definitely expand that quite heavily with supernatural ones.
I mean, you can cover the ghost ones.
Yeah. I did enjoy.
I liked your last episode.
Yeah, last episode of Teresita Bassa as a ghost. I feel like it would be interesting to do one that is like the ghost is the murderer though. So if we come across, maybe we'll have a little
Google.
Yeah, little Google. There's got to be a murder out there that is a ghost based murder. But yeah, this was great. Thank you so much for bringing us your episode.
And that's all right. I do want to also research more on the witch trials because I think I only had a little flavour of them. But
yeah, I mean, we had my possibly not truth of the pocket situation, but I know there's like the dunking buckets. I've seen those. Like, we still have some in like certain places in the UK, like on rivers, and they're like, oh, it's a part of history because this is what we used to dunk the witches with. And obviously, if they didn't drown, I wonder if there was a moment in like time where they kept dunking them, being like, well, if you're a witch, you won't drown and you'll survive. I wonder how many people they kept killing, and they're like, oh, they obviously weren't a witch because they didn't live.
Well, that was the whole thing. They either died because they were human, and then they were like, oh, oops, shit. I mean, they only died because
but surely
they were human,
everybody died. Yeah, I was going to say, surely everybody died. If there's witches out there, I am on board. I grew up watching Charmed. I mean, we've got like Wiccan as a thing, and obviously people do like practice witchcraft, so I know that there is that kind of witches, but like supernatural witches that can do the things that they did in Charmed, like telekinesis and blowing shit up with your hands, I am here for.
Like, come to us. We are ready to learn everything.
Yep. It is one of those practices that I can definitely get on board with, and I would be all for. I've never had the opportunity to practice witchcraft, and I feel like I've missed out.
We Google it.
I feel like we Google a lot of bad things. If we now start Googling witchcraft, we're already on a list somewhere. we're now going to be added to a new list, and then they're going to cross over, and someone's going to appear at our house and start questioning us.
We'll just show them this episode.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. It was great. There was many moments where my facial expression probably expressed more than my words did, because I was just like aghast. There's many moments of aghast. A roller coaster of emotions.
If I'm ever laughing randomly in an episode, it's probably because you've made a face.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I just don't have the words to explain what the like emotional roller coaster that I'm experiencing. I'm a very visual person sometimes, which doesn't always lean well towards a podcast. But sadly, we are not, or at least I am not. I feel like you would agree, but I don't want to put you in the same bucket. I am not eloquent enough to do a video podcast.
No. Yeah, we'd have to do our makeup and look nice and be in a lit up area and not in a hovel in the corner of our house.
Yeah. There is a level of production value that I cannot commit to provide video medium of the podcast. For now, you'll just have to enjoy us as a
audio.
Audio. I was like vocal medium, or you'll just have to enjoy us only as an audio medium. So it was great.
Thank you. So we have a little bit of an announcement. Obviously, next episode is our 20th episode, and then we've got our 21st episode. And that was our ultimate goal, because apparently, I can't remember the statistics, but not many podcasts last beyond their 20th episode. So to get to 21, we are in a minority. So we've decided to do something special for our next 2 episodes. We actually both know the cases that we're doing, and there is a specific reason why we're doing these cases. We will tell you at some point, but just know there is. But to you guys, they will still be a surprise.
We say surprise.
Well, they're quite famous. They are the most famous cases that we will have done on this podcast so far.
So we've got a lot to live up to, because they have been kind of covered quite heavily in the true crime world. We tend to go for kind of out there, unusual cases, at least from my perspective, of cases that I don't...
And the werewolf trials is so well known.
Exactly. But yeah, so would you like to know... I mean, you know them. You know what the cases are. Yeah.
But listeners, would you like to know the teasers for Jess's case next episode?
I'm going to take it as a yes, considering...
Yes, we do!
Thank you. Please. So, the teasers are... Wait, one sec. So I'm probably going to have cut the last section of this, but we've just had like a quick confirmation, conferring with each other about what the teasers are. And Anna said, somehow the teasers have become quite secretive, which is probably partly due to me because I love it. I have specifically chosen one of these teasers because it is like, oh. So, very sorry. It would be a really obvious case if I just stuck to the very, very obvious things about it. But you might very well still get it from these. We never know. You never know. If you know what this word means, then I am so impressed. So, it is... The teasers for the next episode are Glasgow Smile, Hemicorporectomy, and California.
What could it be?
I feel like you know what the case is now, so you're like,
know what the case is.
But I didn't even know what the word hemicorporectomy meant, but it's in the research for the case, and I'm like, yes, I want to use a weird word as my teaser, because this is what I live for, confusing our listeners.
You love the teasers.
I love a teaser. I love the weird ways that we can, like, make you wonder what is coming next in the next episode. If I use the more generic term for what is involved in this case, I feel like it would be very obvious. However, I'm being a dick, and I want it to be a little bit of suspense. Side
note, did my case live up to the teaser of A Deal with the Devil?
It did.
You didn't walk out,
I didn't walk out. I did want a little bit more. I wish there was a little bit more, but devil. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like it is a questionable thing to be like, oh, I made a deal with the devil for him to give me a belt that turned me into a werewolf. But
yeah.
I accept it as I accept it. I feel like that's I didn't walk out, like you said.
I could do better. I've got notes for next time.
And like I said, you could do better. You could only give me the details of the case. If you were to, like, overemphasize, it would technically be false and not factual, and therefore... I mean,
I meant get a case with a better deal with the devil.
Yeah, I want some really messed up case.
You
with
got
the deal
it,
with the devil.
and you don't like it.
I did get it. Oh, I have such high expectations of the depravity that I want for this deal with the devil, apparently. But there was much depravity in this, so thank you.
But yes, listeners, if you work out what the case is for the next episode, let us know in the comments and anywhere. Send us a text. We love that.
Send us a text. Where are they getting our numbers from?
Well, the people that know us already.
Oh, right. People that, because like probably 95% of our listeners are people that we know. Message us. We love to check in with our fans, people that listen to the podcast, and be like, yes, I know what's coming.
And I'm going to put even a bigger challenge out there. Do they know what the following case is?
It's been there's stuff going on about it now, so maybe. But yeah, I feel like if the case comes and people haven't got it from the teasers, they very well may be upset because it is quite a big case in history. But if you have enjoyed this episode and you want to show us how much you love us, you can rate, review, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, definitely comment.
Definitely comment. And you can also...
You can find us on many of our social media, but particularly Instagram and TikTok. We are Crime Time with my bestie on both.
And you can catch us wherever you get your podcasts, but specifically on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify.
Yeah, thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Anna, for bringing us this episode.
And thank you for listening, bestie. Bye, bestie.
Bye, bestie.
Bye.
Bye.
And now, bloopers. I was going to say Panda should start having sex again, but I was like, we've done that.
Well done for getting your rocks off, Panda.
Well done.
Is it really bad that I can't come up with two things in one day of good news? Your TBR?
Have you had some good food recently?
Give me a second.
And then, is that a quote? Yeah. Okay, you're going to have to come up with something else on your own.
Give me a second. This is so long. This is such a long period of time to not be able to come up with 2 bits of... And we put this in specifically.
What am I trying to say here? No, I don't know what my word... Do you know what I've written? Like... I spelt half of it wrong as well. So what
do you want to just fix your notes? Do you want to 30 seconds?
We're just going
rolling with it.
We're just rolling
with it. We'll
get
the gist of it. It'll be fine.
You know, it's werewolves.
It wasn't actually bears. It was like... Wait, nothing really else. No, fuck it. It was a shit joke.
Did you have a takeaway?
No. I'm poor right now. It's the middle of January. Everything sucks.
Can you hear my stomach rumbling?
I don't know whether I did. I heard something, but I hit my hip at the same time. So sorry if you also picked up on that.
You had a really good bruise on your ankle. There, I picked it for you.
Bye. Oh wait, shit. I thought we were going straight into the bye. Okay, sorry.